Good morning, my dear students. Today we shall start new chapter 5, Language of Chemistry. In this chapter, we shall study about symbol of the elements, valency of the elements, radicals, some formulas, how to write a chemical equations. What is law of conservation of mass? Equations, balanced equations or unbalanced, what we will call skeleton equation. What are the informations given by a chemical equations and what are the limitations? What are the things that a chemical equation does not give us information? So first of all, today we will start about symbol, then valency. We know that what is a symbol. We have already studied in class 6 and 7. The symbol of an atom of an element is the shorthand or shortest representation of atom of an element. For example, for the hydrogen, we put H. For carbon, we write C. For nitrogen, we write N. First letter of the element, but not in small but in capital letters. We can see a symbol is the shorthand representation of an atom of a particular element. Each element has its own symbol. Now the question arises, why it became necessary to represent the atoms of an element by symbol. Earlier, while we had the very little knowledge of chemistry, we were knowing these 7 metals. If you can see, these all are metals. We were knowing that there are only 7 metals, only 7 metals. Later on, in the beginning of the 19th century, we came to know that there are 26 elements. They were denoted, they were represented by pictorial diagrams. But in the 19th century, a chemist of Sweden, his name was John Jacob Berzelius, he gave an idea that why we should not give a symbol, why we should not symbolize all the elements by some specific letters. So he chose the first letter of an element as symbol, like oxygen. It stands for O stands for oxygen, H stands for hydrogen, C stands for carbon. This idea of symbolizing the atoms of element was also appreciated and accepted by IUPAC. It is a name of organization. Its full form is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. This organization, related with chemistry, accepted the idea of Berzelius. So all the names of atoms were given by the first capital letter of the atoms. But it so happened later on that many atoms, many elements were invented which had the same starting letter. For example, here was hydrogen. Later on, helium was invented. So its first letter should be H. Then how we will come to know if we symbolize H for hydrogen and H for helium? So what was the concept then? If first letter should be given, then second letter also it should be two letters, H for hydrogen and He for helium. But instead of writing this capital letter, first one should be H, another one should be He, helium. This was wrong, and in fact this is wrong. Likewise, we will go one by one. The elements is denoted by symbol which is usually the first letter of its name. Most of the, or rather we can say almost all the names of an element, they are taken from either from English or Latin words. You can see here. These are the name of the elements. They are taken from Latin or Greek language or the symbolic representation, and these are the names taken from English words, and here are their symbolic representations. Sometimes when the first letter of more than one element is same, the symbol is denoted by two letters. First letter should be capital and second is written in small. For example, carbon, first letter is C. Cobalt, first letter is your C. Calcium, chromium, chlorine, cadmium, they all, cesium, they all have the first letter C. So C stands for carbon, then Ca for calcium, Cl for chlorine, Cd for cadmium, Cs for cesium. Now symbol, here is example. For H is the symbol of hydrogen. This symbol also represents, it also says that it is one atom of hydrogen, one atom of carbon. But if we write like this, H, nothing is written, means one atom of hydrogen. If we write 2H, means it is two atoms of hydrogens. So symbol itself represents that it is one atom of that element. Some symbols has been taken from English word. I have told you some symbols they have taken from German or Greek words. For example, in the Latin, here is your iron. Iron, it should be IRON, means first letter is iron, so symbol should be I, but I is the symbol of iodine. So some of the elements are taken from German or Greek. In Latin, iron, its name is ferrum. Sodium is Na because we call it natrium, so it will be Na. If we had taken N stands for nitrogen. Likewise, potassium and so on. We should know these things. You may be asked during this online test, what are the Greek or German or Latin name of these elements? What are the names? Now, valency. Valency is the combining capacity. What do you mean by combining capacity? See, my dear friends, all the atoms, they want to have complete outermost orbit. Means all the atoms tends to complete their orbit, to complete their duplet or octet. How they will complete? Either by losing or by gaining or sharing. Right? Now, all the metals have 1, 2, 3 valence electrons. For example, sodium or lithium. This is metals. Configuration is 2, 1. Once again, I would like to remind you, if we are not knowing the atomic number, we will not be able to know which is metal, which is non-metal, what is its valency, what will be its configuration. For example, here is your lithium. Atomic number is 3, means 3 protons are there. If the 3 protons are there, means there will be 3 electrons. So configuration will be 2, 1. For sodium, atomic number is 11. So configuration is this, like this. These are the configuration. Now for lithium, here is one cell, another one is another cell, second cell. So to complete its duplet, it will lose 1 electron. Its valency will be 1. Sodium will lose its outermost electron. Its valency will be 1. Potassium can lose its valence electron. Valency will be 1. There are 2 electrons in the magnesium. Valence electron, I mean, will lose 2 electrons. Valency is 2. Calcium valency is 2. Aluminium is valency. It is having valency 3. So, what we come to know, how many electrons an atom can lose will be its valency. So, metal only lose electrons, so their valency will be either 1, 2 or 3. No metals have more than 3 electrons. So, metals will never have valency more than 3. Will be 1, 2 or 3. Then non-metals. Non-metals have 4, 5, 6 or 7 electrons in the outermost shell. For example, carbon has atomic number is 6. So there will be 6 protons, and there will be 6 protons means there will be 6 electron also. So configuration will be 2, 4. Here nitrogen, atomic number is 7, configuration will be 2, 5, phosphorus 2, 8, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 7. Now how it will complete its octet, how it will gain 8 electrons in the outermost shell? It will gain 4 electrons. So its gaining capacity is 4. It will take 3 electrons. It will gain 3 electrons to complete its octet. Valency will be 3. Will have oxygen will have a tendency to get 2 electrons in the outermost shell. So valency will be 2. Likewise 1, 1. So my dear students, now here is the combining capacity. Combining capacity means how much electron it can gain. So the gaining capacity is your valency. Another one is sharing capacity. If this is hydrogen, it has one electron. Chlorine, it has 7 electrons in the valence shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Both will share one electron and will form HCl. Similarly, if it is oxygen, it has 6 electrons in the valence shell, will combine with another atom of hydrogen which have also 6 electrons, so will share 2 electrons each, so valency will be 2. Here the valency of hydrogen will be 1 and valency of chlorine will be also 1. So sharing capacity. So what is valency? Losing, gaining or sharing. Is it complete definition? No. Valency is the number of electron lost, gained or shared by atom is called valency. So valency is the combining capacity of an atom, of an element, of a radical. What is radical we will see. Already we had seen in 7 with the atoms of one element with another. The valency of an element or radical is the number of hydrogen atom that will combine with. Number of hydrogen atom means hydrogen has only one valency, so it is taken as the comparison. For example, hydrogen chloride, one atom of hydrogen and one atom of chlorine combines and their valency is 1. I had given you example. When hydrogen has 1 electron, chlorine has 7 electrons, both will share 1 electron each. As a result, what will happen? Hydrogen will have 2 electrons. Chlorine will have 7 plus 1, 7 plus 1, 1 electron. Both will complete their duplet and octet. So, combining capacity of hydrogen is 1 while the combining capacity of chlorine is also 1. So, their valency will be 1. Here water, one atom of oxygen combines with 2 atoms of hydrogen. So valency of oxygen is 2. If it is oxygen, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valence electron. It shares 1 electron with hydrogen. Now its duplet is complete. What about oxygen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 7. And another atom hydrogen. It shares 1 electron. So now duplet is of hydrogen is complete. But what about oxygen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So oxygen shares 1 plus 1, 2 electrons. So its valency will be 2. Like nitrogen, ammonia, it has 5 valence electron. 1 electron is shared by this hydrogen. 1 electron is shared by this hydrogen. Another one is shared by this hydrogen. So all the 3 hydrogen atom has completed its duplet. But what about nitrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is NH3 ammonia. So valency of nitrogen is 3. Similarly, carbon valency will be 4. Here are some examples of the valency. Hydrogen has 1, lithium has 1, beryllium has 1, oxygen has 2, fluorine has 1, sodium has 1. Likewise, sulfur has 2, chlorine has 1, potassium has 1. I was ignoring these 1, 2 and 3 zeros. I never use that their valency is 0. Why their valency is 0? See, my dear students, in the 3 or 4, third or fourth classes of the atomic structure, I had told you all the atoms want to have 2 electrons in the outermost cell to complete its duplet, or have 8 electrons to complete its octet. Helium has 2 electrons in the duplet, in the outermost cell, so it will neither lose nor gain nor share electrons, so its combining capacity will be 0. Likewise, this neon atomic number is 10. So number of protons is 10, means number of protons will be number of electrons will be 10. Configuration will be 2 8, since it has 8 electrons in the valence shell, so it will neither lose nor gain nor share, so have the valency 0. Likewise, this is argon. Atomic number is 18, configuration will be 288. So neither lose nor gains nor share. So combining capacity will be 0, means valency will be 0. Now if you can see, all the elements save only one valency. Nitrogen only one valency 3, magnesium only one valency 2. But now variable valency. What is variable valency? Some of the elements, not all the elements, some of the elements, whether they are metal or non-metal, some of the elements show more than one valency. Such elements are said to have variable valency. If certain elements exist, they show more than one valency. That means they have a property to show variable valency. If an element exhibits 2 different valencies, we will see. The suffix "us" is used for lower valency. Suppose any element shows 2 valency 3 and 5. So which one is lower valency? 3. For 3 we will add "us." For the higher valency 5 we will add "ik." We will see it this. If here is your copper. Atomic number is 29. So what will be configuration? 2 8 18 1. Here is also 2 8 18 1. So this copper has the configuration 2 8 18 1. It will lose this valence electron, so valency will be 1. Sometimes what happens? Like this, 2, here is 2, 2 8 18 1. I have written the same configuration. So 2, then 8. Now here is 18. Here was 18. Here is 18. Here should be 18. But after 17. And one more thing. This is the outermost cell. It is also called valence cell. Just before outermost, it is called penultimate cell. So what I am going to say, This story will take place in this penultimate series. Now, if there is the capacity of 18 electrons, after gaining 17 electrons, the 18th one will jump in the outermost cell. It will not come in this cell, will jump in the outermost cell. So now it will be 2, 8, 17. Now, how many electrons are left? Atomic number is 29. So 17 plus 8, 25 plus 2, 27. So there will be 2 electrons in the outermost cell. So it will lose 2 electrons. So it will be, valency will be 2. Now, here is valency 1, here is valency 2. This one is lower. For this we will add us, and for this we will add ik. This is copper, so we will say cuprous, cupric, or even nowadays we write like this: both are copper, both are copper. But for this, what is the valency 1? So we write 1. Here is copper. What was the valency of this? 2. So we write 2 and give a bracket. But my dear students, this is not permitted. We don't write copper and this English letter 2. We write copper. This is Roman letter, stands for 2. We don't write like this. We should give a bracket. Now it is copper 2 or cupric. So this much was for today. Now I would like to make you a kind and humble request कि my dear students, आपको अब तक पता चल गया होगा, मैंने इसलिए हिंदी में बोला सो दैट मैनी पेरेंट्स अगर जो इंग्लिश में नहीं जानते हों, दिस पार्ट को आप अपने पेरेंट्स को भी सुना देंगे कि आपका एग्ज़ाम एक टेंटेटिव डेट है, एक अनुमानित डेट है 30 के आसपास, 30 जुलाई से आपका एग्ज़ाम लेंगे और वो भी ऑनलाइन लेंगे। 25 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चंस देंगे, सारे के सारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स देंगे। हम आपका एक्टिविटीज़ वीडियोस पर वॉच करते रहेंगे। आप कहीं किताब से हेल्प भी नहीं ले पाएंगे, क्योंकि जब आपका एग्ज़ाम हम लेंगे तो आपके सामने सिर्फ एक कागज़ और कॉपी और पेन रहेगा, नथिंग एल्स। दूसरा तीसरा कोई चीज़ नहीं रहेगा। हम आपको क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे एंड 5 सेकंड का आपको टाइम देंगे, उसी में आपको आंसर दे देना है। अगर आपने पीछे का कॉपी या कोई किताब देखा, उसी समय आपका लाइन कट हो जाएगा और आपको उस क्वेश्चन में 0 मार्क्स मिलेगा। मैथ्स के बारे में हम लोग कैसा टेस्ट लेना है ये 10 तारीख को देखेंगे, बट बाकी के सब्जेक्ट्स में आपको ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ही देंगे 25 मार्क्स का, जो 100 में कन्वर्ट किया जाएगा। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, आज तक जितने भी आपको असाइनमेंट्स मिले हैं, सारे असाइनमेंट्स आप कॉपी में डाल देंगे और आपको एक स्पेसिफिक डेट दिया जाएगा। उस डेट में सारे कॉपी जमा कर देंगे। फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल 9 और 10th क्लास के सारे भैया और दीदी को हम लोगों ने मंडे 13th का डेट दिया है। आपको भी शायद 14th या 15th का डेट मिलेगा, भिजवा देंगे और पढ़ाई करेंगे अच्छी तरीके से। विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट, हैव अ गुड डे। एक बार फिर से कहेंगे बाबू कि अगर आप लोगों को किसी भी सब्जेक्ट में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है, अपने कंसर्न टीचर से बात करिए। मैंने आपको ये भी कहा था कि 8 स्टूडेंट्स, किसी में मेरा मैथ्स है, किसी में केमिस्ट्री है। सो अगर आपको फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथ्स में भी कहीं प्रॉब्लम है, हर वीडियोस में नंबर ऑलमोस्ट टीचर्स दे देते हैं, आप पूछ सकते हैं। 2-4 बच्चे हैं क्लास 8 की, कोई मैं नहीं जानता हूँ, आज तक नहीं मिला हो, बिकॉज हम नहीं पढ़ाते थे 7 में। 1 गर्ल इज आरुषि, 1 बॉय इज अंकित। 2-4 बच्चे हैं जो बहुत पूछते रहते हैं और अच्छा भी लगता है। आई होप यू आर फाइन। इफ देर इज एनी प्रॉब्लम, कहीं भी कोई प्रॉब्लम है मेरे बाबू मैया, हिचकिचाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं, पूछिएगा। सी यू, ऑल द बेस्ट, गुड लक, बाय बाय।